You're doing great, Dylan. Hi.
Hi. I'm Doug.
I'm Crispin. This is my son Dylan. He's just
Hi, Dylan.
interested in, we have like a simulator at home, and he's interested in learning how to fly one of these things live.
Yeah. Simulator's an excellent way to start.
Yeah.
Excellent way to start.
He has, he's having a little bit of trouble right now though, but.
For sure.
So-
For sure. Oftentimes too, people will get used to video games as well.
Okay.
Video games can be quite different than flying a real model.
Exactly. Yeah, I would think. So what would be a good model for him to start off with? Then?
Right now, we're recommending the Super Cub.
Okay.
It's an excellent trainer. It's got it's got a high wing. It's made out of a very durable foam. It's electric. You don't have to worry about nitro fuel or anything like that. You recharge them and go fly.
Well, Doug, do you think Dylan might be ready then for something that's more the real thing?
I would think so. Yeah. Most of the time.
Seems to be doing okay right now, but
Absolutely.
like you said though, oh, Dylan, you almost crashed it again.
Like I was saying before, the video game reflexes, sometimes with people that are really playing them a lot, you kind of have to tune it out, and you give much finer controls, and that will help you actually fly them all a little bit better.
Let's say he crashes it though. Are parts like that easy to
Absolutely.
replace at a relatively inexpensive cost?
Pretty inexpensive.
Okay.
They are repairable as well.
Okay.
So if you break a wing in half, it's actually quite easy to repair, depending on where it breaks. But
Would you tape it or something?
Yeah,
Or?
you actually will apply glue to the brake, join it together, and put like a packing tape over
really?
the outside. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you do that until it gets too heavy or too ugly.
Oh, okay.
And then you go buy a new part.
What we wanted to know is, like I understand like with a real thing, you've got the wind and everything. So how would you put that onto here to teach him to learn how to combat against the wind and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because I'm imagining this Super Cub you're telling me about is a fairly light plane,
It is very light.
so it wouldn't handle wind
Wouldn't-
that's
No.
like that's a strong gust.
Sometimes Calgary winds can be a little bit too much for it.
Okay.
But yeah, on this simulator, you can actually put the wind right up to gale force winds and try and fly.
Okay.
On an airplane like the Super Cub, it wouldn't even fly. It would just get blown down the field.
So Doug, is it okay then if we can actually see the
Yeah.
Super Cub?
Yeah,
Okay, let's
let's go
go.
see it.
You want to go see it?
Let's
Okay.
go
Yeah.
open a box.
Okay.
Let me show you.
Oh wow, it's pretty big.
Oh yeah. So essentially, you have the major parts of the airplane. You got of course, the wing. It's all ready to go. You have the fuselage of the airplane here.
Okay.
You can see inside all of the electronics are all pre-installed.
Okay.
The motor's already in there,
Okay.
ready to go.
So is this relatively easy to assemble?
Very, very easy to assemble.
Okay.
It's basically all the big pieces go together. There's small fasteners that you connect. There's elastic bands that hold on the wing.
So it looks like you have some spare parts as well.
It does, yeah.
So it's got another propeller.
Spare propeller. I think there's some spare elastic bands and things like that.
Okay.
Propeller is what you break most often.
How many batteries does it come with? Like, does it come with like another set of batteries?
It only comes with one main drive battery.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do recommend you get a second one.
Okay.
It saves you some time at the
Okay.
field. You can have two of them charged up while you're flying one. The other one can be charging.
And I would think that's a relatively inexpensive cost.
They're not too expensive.
You always have all the spare parts here.
Always. Yeah.
Okay.
We do our best if
Okay. And I see you guys can fix them here and anything in any way. Okay.
we have a full repair department as well that can certainly help you out.
Okay. All right. Well, Dylan, you like this, buddy?
Oh yeah.
This looks really cool, eh, buddy?
So are there any other questions? or-
No, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else to ask. So, but at least I know where you are. I can always give you a quick phone call if I need to for extra help. But I guess that's about it. So why don't we pack it up?
Sounds good. Dylan, did you have any other questions?
Dylan, yeah. Do you have anything you want to ask there, buddy?
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right. This
Excellent.
looks really good.
Good.
So you're gonna love it, buddy.
Well, you know, Ryan, I think Doug's right. Simulator or J3 Cub is always a great way to start, but here are some alternatives.
Definitely, you gotta have variety, because variety is the spice of life, and you gotta have different options. And sometimes people are just touch and feel, and they gotta go out there and they gotta try it themselves.
Yeah, so here we have a Scout CX. For under $50, you can get into the hobby and see if you like to fly helicopters. This is just one example of a way you can get into it.
And a great thing to have inside your house.
Definitely. It's nice and small, not super fast, so it's not going to be hitting off the wall, so your mom's not going to be screaming at you.
Moms and wives, the two that are always out to get you in trouble. Here we have the 1S Cube. It's a quadcopter that's small enough you can fly it inside, but still powerful enough you can probably take it outside with no problems at all. It's a great flying machine because it's got a 3-axis gyro in it that helps it stabilize quite a bit, so if you're nice and slow with it, it'll be easy to learn. But if you're an advanced flyer and you want to push it to its limits, you can do some pretty crazy stuff with it. Definitely lots of fun. What do you say, Dylan?
We've flown them around the store. They are a lot of fun, Ryan. Here's the Playmate. For under $100, another great entry-level plane. Easy to fly and it has everything you need in the box.
Sounds just like the Champ here, Dylan. This is a similar setup. It has a battery and charger also included with it, and it's portable, so you can take it to the park with you, so you literally have no cords to plug in while you're there. Rather than going and buying yourself a simulator, you could try something like the Playmate and the Champ. Or if you want to try something new, you could try a helicopter or a quadcopter. Get yourself into the hobby and get yourself exploring so you can have some fun yourself.
And now it's time for the Eliminator RC Tip of the Week.
Hi, I'm Ryan from Eliminator RC. This week's tech tip's going to be binding. With binding smaller micros, usually all you have to do is plug the batteries in first, wait for the speed control to initialize, then the receiver will start blinking, then you can go ahead, turn on your radio, and bind it that way. No binding plug required on these smaller micros. This is an MCPX. We've gone ahead and plugged in the battery. Now we have our blue blinking light. That means it's ready to accept the bind. On this DX6i, to enter the bind mode, we'll have to hold the trainer port while turning on the radio. You'll hear a beep, and it'll show bind on the screen. I usually hold it for about 5 seconds, and then I'll go ahead and let it go. Our light's gone solid on the receiver on the helicopter, and our servos are all working. We're ready to fly. Well, that's the binding basics. Hopefully you get your RCs linked up so you can get back out there and get playing. I'm Ryan from Eliminator RC. You have some fun. Continue watching RC TV.